Alright, today I'm going to make cheese garlic knots using the Great Value Flaky Jumbo Biscuits, buttermilk, garlic paste, string cheese, minced garlic, and butter. That's all I'm going to need. Okay, I'm going to make some. I'm going to put some in the vacuum sealer for future. I'm going to make 6. I'm using the cake pan, and I'll show you how to do it. So make sure it's the buttermilk one here. It says it makes 8. Let me see if I remember how to open this up. I remember back in the day they used to pop. Let's see if they still pop. Ooh, shoot, yeah. They still pop, please. Alright, so basically, I'm going to get these 8 here. And separate them. Alright, I'm going to get those 8 and separate them. Now, out of those 8, I am going to separate them in half. So I'm going to make 16. I'm going to make 6 of the garlic knots, and then the rest, they're going to be stored. Let me see if I can get these in half. Get all these. All right, and those are the 6 that I'm going to make today. And these other ones here, I'm going to vacuum seal them, and they should pull apart easy. Now, the ones that you vacuum seal and everything, you want to do those right away. You don't want to leave them out too long. But you could, there is a slice in there. Like, you know, when you peel them apart, you can feel that there's 2 stuck together. So just try to peel them apart as evenly as you can. Now you gotta be careful. If you're diabetic and stuff, and you're staying away from these, that's why I'm using 6 to cook. You don't have to eat them all. All right, that's where this comes in. The stringy cheese. You can use any cheese you want. I'm using these string cheese from Walmart. And that's the back to them right there. Now with these cheeses, some people use that Bluebell, I think it's called. You can use whatever cheese you want. This is cheaper cheese. You can use the Pillsbury one, but with the cheese, I'm going to cut these in half. And then I am going to wrap it up like a ball. Well, I might have to cut these in quarters. Hang on. Basically, some people use the Baby Bells, but what you're going to get for the price of the Baby Bells, that's all you're basically doing. Is just turn them into balls. So the half cut into another half, and then wrap them up. Now, if you had the Baby Bells cheese, because they're round, then you could just put them in there like that. All right, I'm gonna do all these here. You can get them. Now, depending on how cheesy you want the inside, you can use 1 or you can use 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is how Palace Pizza does their garlic knots, because when you rip them apart, it is very, very cheesy. And then, like I said, you can make so much, you can save them from another meal. And these are the ones I'm gonna freeze. And this you gotta do quick, because you don't want to leave this out, because I can feel the dough wants to be sticky on my fingers. And like I said, this is something you can make. You could for a snack, for spaghettis, lasagna, whatever Italian, or just have them and have dipping sauce. If you can eat bread, then you can eat your heart out. Okay. Let me get my freezer thing ready. Alrighty, so got 4, 5. Alright, so I got 5 right there. 5 and 5 is 10. So guys, try something different. Never hurts to learn. Ooh, put that sucker around. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 5 to a bag, if I can. Hopefully I can put 5 to a bag. Use the bigger bag. Yep, I'm gonna use the bigger bag. Alrighty, let me go get the bigger bag. Alright, I got the bigger freezer bag. I thought I'd be able to put them in the small one, but that is too small. Okay, let's let this thing do its magic. Alright, let's let it seal. Oops. Are you serious? What the? I put the seal on, you son of a bitch. I put seal instead of vacuum. Alrighty. Let me try this one more time. One. Make sure you hit vacuum, not seal, when you freeze it. And again, you don't want these to sit out too long, so the ones that you are going to freeze, put right away into the freezer. Vacuum and seal. While that vacuums and seal, I'm going to get another piece of thing. It's all about learning. If you don't try something new, then you're never gonna learn from your mistakes. Might be able to, nah. Let's use another one. show you everything perfect in a perfect video, then you would never see the mistakes that I make. So sometimes things go good, and sometimes they don't. Jesus, I might have to do a whatchamacallit seal on that one. That's gonna have to be a pulse seal because I'm just gonna leave that one like that, but it didn't suck it all the way what I thought it would do. I mean, there's still a little air in there and stuff, but oh well. That's what happens when you buy a cheaper vacuum sealer. I have to do the pulse vac. It means I'll hold it as long as I want to. There we go. Now I can seal it. Either way, they're both going in. And I gotta find a marker and mark them so I know the difference. Right, so I'm gonna mark these. See, that's better. These are gonna be cheesy garlic knots, I'll call them. Cheesy knots. Here we go. Into the freezer. And that could be for future dinners. All right, now I have the other ones out here that I'm gonna make. Just gotta read the back of the directions, get all this cleaned up, put this thing away. Mr. Chippy Chappy. And according to what this says here, oven, instructions, but I got to be careful because I'm only using half, and this is 325, 1 inch apart, but I'm putting them in the thing. And let me see what it says for timing. Oh, 350. 1 inch apart, 13 to 16 minutes. I'm gonna go with the lighter of the 13, possibly 10, but let me get this oven cranking. All right, guys, I'm gonna make the garlic sauce now. Well, I'm not worried about that. Gonna get some butter. We only have 6, so it really doesn't matter how much butter. I'll probably put like that much butter in it. Alrighty. Garlic sauce. Butter. And then I'm gonna get that butter on low. To melt down. Now, however you wanna make this here, you can make this to taste. If you wanna keep Dracula away, and you love the garlic, you just go all out in it. So as my things are cooking, I'm getting this all ready. Again, I'm trying not to burn the butter, so I do have it on 4. So now it's gonna come the paste. Let me open this up here real quick. All right, guys, while that is getting ready, I am gonna put that on 350. Get some paste in here and get some garlic. Again, it's gonna be what your taste is. So don't put too much. Because this is really where you're gonna get your flavor from. And I think that should be good right there. Because I'm only making it for 6 right now. And then I got my paintbrush. Look at all that. Make sure that paint dissolves, get in there. I mean the paste. Look at that. And all you're doing is getting it warm. You don't want to, you still want the buttery juices in it. All right, I think that's done. Now we just got to wait for the bread. It's time to put this in. 350. It's set up to 13 minutes, but this is half. So I'm going to try it on first. I'm going to do 8 minutes and then keep an eye on it from there. So 8 minutes, 350 is the test. I opened it up. It didn't look like it was cooking as fast. So I did go back to the original 13 minutes. Only like 2 minutes passed by I wanted to see, but I'm going to try the 13. But I'm going to keeping an eye on that bread. Yeah, I would cook it up to that 13 minutes. It's coming in good. Look at her. Time will tell. I know sometimes I say I'm going to cook it for one thing and do another thing. You guys are all cookers. That looks good, dude. Cheesy garlic knots for the win. Even some of that cheese is oozing out. All right, now I'm gonna get my little paintbrush. Paint them all while they're hot. And again, depending on how much garlic you want on it, I could probably have put a little bit more butter on there. And you know, this here you can even eat without even sauce. Come on, booger. Let me just put the butter on here first. Then let me get my plastic spoon. There we go. Ain't no faking this, videos. All right, we'll let them cool down. All right, there you have it. Ooh, they are perfect, dude. They are perfect. Alrighty. Now we gotta take it out. Oh, here we go. Voila. So this is your cheesy garlic knots. That's a pain in the butt to get out. Come on, cheesy. Ay, ay, ay. You have it, cheesy garlic knots. And they creamy. So, thanks for watching the video, guys. That's how you make it. I know sometimes I say different times and everything, but you know what I'm talking about. But that's how you make them. Bon appetit. Let me just show you what the inside looks like. Nice and cheesy.